was on Switzerland several months ago. And we thought, oh. All right, well, that's interesting. So anyway, to make a long story short, we rolled in here on Tuesday night. If you can imagine what it's been like for the Gaylord family to have the 14 of us all sleeping up on the 3rd floor there.
I think we should ask them to tour.
Have a tour of
No.
Remarkably enough, they have somehow managed to stay sane. I'm sure they're relieved that we're heading off tomorrow at about 10 in the morning to make our way up to Colmar, France. And anyway, we continue on to Colmar and Barcelona and Madrid, and then to Paris, where we end the tour and all fly home, exhausted but happy, I'm sure, on the 9th of July. So it's been a fabulous time so far, and I'd like to thank the Gaylords right now. It's been such a great tour. We've been sort of soaking in the beautiful scenery, and some of us have gone hiking in the mountains and eaten quite a bit of fondue and all kinds of things like that. It's been just great. The first song we sang for you just now was called Coney Island Baby. It was the first arrangement that our group ever learned when we were founded back in 1946. And the next song is a jazz number from the 1930s. It's called I've Got a Gal in Kalamazoo.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I got a gal in Kalamazoo. I don't want to post my nose to the toast of Kalamazoo. Years have gone by, my, how she do, ba-do-do, ba-do-do, ba-do-do. I like the lookers when I carry the books in Kalamazoo. I'm on a sandal wire, hopping on a flyer, leaving today. In my dreaming, I can hear screaming, hi, Mr. Jackson, and everything's okay. L-A-M-A-Z-O, what a gal. Oh, real pitbull, do-ba-do-do, ba-do-do, ba-do-do. I'll make my bid for the freckle-faced kid I'm hurrying to Wazoo. I'm going to Michigan to see the sweetest gal in Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo. Well, we're going to Michigan to see the sweetest gal in Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo. Kalamazoo. XYZ.
About each of us individually, so I'd like the group to introduce themselves. Well, thank you. That's an old joke we try very often. We're going to start actually introducing ourselves, starting over here.
Thank you. My name's Edward Eglin. I'm a senior at Princeton from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, which is about 5 miles from Princeton. I've never quite managed to stray much farther than that from home. I am, majoring in history and theory of architecture, and very happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you. Hi, my name's David Rodwin. I'm from Stamford, Connecticut, and it was really hot and dry this morning, and I'm really regretting doing that rain dance now.
Hi, my name is Goodlow White. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and most people wonder why I don't have an accent, but I'm sorry. I'm majoring in civil engineering, and I'll be a sophomore next year.
Hi, I'm Rusty. I live here. You all may have some idea who I am. I probably have no idea who you are, so please come up and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm also Rusty, and I'm kidding, of course. And I'm Ryan McDonough, and I'm going to be a junior at Princeton, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. And it's wonderful to meet you.
Hi, my name is Adam Cohen. I'll be a junior next year. I'm majoring in history. I'm also a pre-medical student. This is my first time in Europe, and I have to say I really enjoy it, but I miss French fries and hamburgers, that kind of thing.
Helmet. Hi, my name's Andrew Winston. I'm from Westport, Connecticut. I'm a recent graduate of Princeton University about 3 weeks ago, and I majored in the very competitive billiards department.
My name is Tim Dana. I was a senior at Princeton. Now I just unfortunately graduated. I would have liked to spend some more time there. I'm now unemployed, but I'm going to live in New York City, so I might be able to find a job someplace.
Hi, I'm Peter Castellano. I'm also a recent graduate, and my major was Italian and French. Danke.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Rabb, and I'm a senior starting my last year, and I'm actually from Princeton, so I'm pretty darn boring.
Hi, my name is Adam Flisser. I'll be a junior at Princeton in the fall. I'm majoring in politics, and I'm from Scarsdale, New York.
Hi, my name is Wentworth Miller. I'm a sophomore from a little town outside of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, and I have to say that I'm very proud to be going to Princeton University, even though we don't have such stellar publications as Dartmouth, such as the Dartmouth Review.
Hello, my name is Rahul Bamnani. I'm from Bombay, India. I will be a junior in the group. I'm very happy to be, obviously, in the United States and to be in Europe. I don't get here very often, and actually I'm from New York City.
And I'm Stephen Gilbert from Dallas, Texas, majoring in artificial intelligence, trying to figure out if they're smart. And the next song I'm going to do for you is from Stevie Wonder, that actually not being sung by him, but originally written by him, called All in Love is Fair.
None can see the road we leave behind. Ahead lies mystery. All in love is fair. I had to go away. Rider takes his pen to write the words again. All in love is fair. All the fates are a chance. It's either good or bad. I toss my coin to say, in love with me you stay. But all in war is so cold. War is so cold. You either win or lose. When all is put away.
advantages of being inside is that probably the acoustics are a little bit better. That first song we did was called All My Lovin', which it was originally done by the Beatles. It may have been familiar to many of you. And you may find that you recognize many of the songs that we're going to be singing. We're going to be singing a bunch right now, and you may feel inclined to sing along with us. And just in the festive spirit of the occasion, I'd like to encourage you to restrain that feeling as much as possible. Thanks a lot. The next song we're going to do is another swing tune, originally done by Duke Ellington, called That Cat Is High.
That cat is high, look at that look in his eye. Oh man, he's high, yes, higher than I. That cat is high, look at that look in his eye. Man, I wouldn't lie, the cat's higher than a kite. When you see him stumbling up and down the street, you know that cat's been dry, got no shoes upon his feet. Man, he's high. I said that cat is high. Yes, he's high. Man, he's higher than do. That cat is high. Well, see that twinkle in his eye. It seems that cat can fly. He's higher than a kite. Boy, oh boy, he's high. Oh, I said, look at that, look at that, look at his eye. Man, I wouldn't lie to you. The cat's higher than a kite. Up that bottle loop, skeet suits, a bottle loop, flowers, a bottle loop, hands on flowers. Suzanne, 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 don't get down the road and I know dancing. Bottle, freak to bottle loop, get a double of toes with a bottle of hope. Shoot and nick him to the chin. When you see him stumbling up and down the street, you know that cat's been dry and got no shoes upon his feet. Man, he's high. I said that cat is high. Yes, he's high. Man, he's higher than a kite. He's high. Pan. You know that cat is high.
The next song we're going to sing for you is called Countdown to Love, from an obscure movie that came out a few years ago called Streets of Fire. And it's brought to you by our own Mr. Romance of the Tiger Jones, Adam Cohen.
One, two, three, hey, hoo, hoo, moo, ba, 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 hoo, hoo, ba, 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 hoo. And remember when you didn't love me, and all the time you're thinking of me. Hey, let's what I'm dreaming of. This is my countdown to love. Whoa, this is my countdown to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, countdown to love. 7 will be in heaven before the night is through. So play no tricks, I'm always straight with you. 5 love tonight in our hearts every day. This is my countdown to love. Whoa, this is my countdown to love. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Countdown to love. Countdown to the bop-a-da, to the bop-a-da, to the bop-a, to the bop-a-do day.
You are the one love in my life. I know you feel that way. All of my wild dreams come true. Ooh, forever you'll be my love. As for me, there'll never be another. Together forever we'll be as one. This is my countdown to love. Whoa, this is my countdown to love. Whoa, countdown to love. Whoa,
Countdown.
countdown to love.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Countdown to love.
Thanks very much. Before I introduce the next song, I wanted to tell you a little
Charlie,
bit
Charlie,
about
Maggie,
myself,
Ellie.
because I think it's important, for you as the audience to get to know the Tiger Tones as individual people and as the kind of neat guys that we really are. And I figured that the best way for me to do that would be to tell you a story about my family. Because, there are certain traits, of course, that run through generations in a family. And the story that I have to tell is about my grandfather, who immigrated to the United States in 1948 from Russia. And you see, my grandfather is a very clever man. Only he was sort of hindered in his life in America because he wasn't that comfortable with English. And that caused a few problems because even though he was a fairly canny gentleman, he would get into scrapes sometimes that he couldn't really, get out of gracefully because, he wasn't really sure what he was getting into. One time, he went to Atlantic City to gamble, kind of on a vacation weekend with two of his friends who were also immigrants. And they're all, fairly old, about 60, 70, I think. And, they had been in the country for some time, but still not all that comfortable with what was going on. And they had gambled a little bit in this hotel in Atlantic City and won a little money. So that night, they were sitting in the bar in the lobby of the hotel, having a few drinks and sort of listening to the music and watching the people walk by. And this beautiful young woman approached them at the table and kind of walked up to them and said, is anybody interested in having a good time? And, my grandfather wasn't really, he didn't grasp what was going on immediately. And the other two gentlemen were a little nervous. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And the other two guys were going, you shouldn't, now we want to get involved. He's like, no, I just want to know what the girl has to say. So he's like, so what are you saying, darling? And the girl looks down at my grandfather and says, well, it's like this. I'll do anything you want on 2 conditions. 1, you have to give me $200 in cash up front. And 2, you have to be able to tell me what it is in 3 words or less. So my grandfather's sitting there thinking about it, and the other guys are going, what are you doing, Eli? You're going to throw away this beautiful marriage that you had for your whole life on this one night with this girl? And he's like, no, it's okay, it's fine. He says, here, he takes out $200, and he gives it to the girl, and she puts it away. And he says, okay, and she says, fine. What are the 3 words? And my grandfather's friends are going, and he looks up at the girl and says, paint my house. It's a true story. Thank you. The next song that we're going to sing is called In the Still of the Night, and we sing it. It's written by Cole Porter, who went to Yale, but we sing it anyway. In the still of the night, as I gaze from my window at the moon in its light, my thoughts all stray to you. In the still of the night,
chill, still all the night.
Thank you very much. You may be getting the wrong impression of us about this time because we're constantly putting down other schools, and it's not like that. We're really very friendly to our rivals, and we have a very close relationship. I for one have a sister who went to Harvard and a brother who went to Yale, so I really respect the fact that I'm part of this wonderful community. In fact, a lot of times, students from each college will hang out, with each other. For example, one time I was in New York with a couple of friends, and we were in a bar, and we were just sitting around, having a good time, and these three guys came in, each wearing a sweatshirt. One said Harvard, one said Princeton, and one said Dartmouth. And so I assumed they were, from each of those colleges, using the old Princeton noggin. And saw the Princeton guy, very handsome fellow, surprisingly. And went right up to the bar, and I listened, and he said to the bartender, "My good man, could you please give me a W squared?" The bartender's a little confused. He said, "Sorry, what is a W squared?" Princeton man said, that's a white wine. Of course, my bad. So the bartender gives him his drink, and he sits down. And the other two, obviously, Princeton setting the trends. It's amazing, isn't it? So the Harvard man, seeing the success of this Princeton man, decides to go up and try his luck at this little game. Takes him a little longer to come up with something creative, of course. But he says, "Excuse me, could I have an R and G?" R and G. Bartender's, again, lost in space, has no clue what the man's talking about. So I'm sorry, what is an R and G? Harvard man says it's a rye and ginger. Right, of course, rye and ginger. Gives him his drink. Harvard man joins the Princeton fellow. We'll call him a fellow. We'll call him a god. So he's sitting there. The two are enjoying their drink. And there's one left. You'll remember Dartmouth. Little guy, little squat. But a good student. B minus, C plus. He gets by. And it's really amazing, though, the friendship that we have in the Ivy League with each other. So the Dartmouth man goes up to the bar. He waits a long time, really trying to figure out something creative. It's about there, 5 minutes, bartender's just waiting. Finally, he turns to the bartender and says, yeah, could I have a 15? Bartender, again, is really getting tired of this game, as you can guess, because he's not figuring out any of these. He goes, 15. No idea. What is a 15? Dartmouth man, this is his chin, he says. A 7 and 7. What can you do? Very friendly, really, I promise. It's all of a side. The next song we'll be singing features a resident New Yorker, Raoul Bhavnani, and it was made famous by Frank Sinatra, and it's called East of the Sun.
How I long to go away from all this busy world, to live and love and be alone with you. But as there is no place I know of in this busy world where such a dream of love could come true, we must go up to the sky. We'll find a place by and by where we can live, love, and forgive. The sun, the moon, the stars, you and I, the sun and west of the moon. We'll build a dream house of love, dear, near to the sun in the day, near to the moon at night. We'll live in a lovely way, dear, living on love and on pale moonlight, just you and I, forever. Our love will not die, we'll keep it that way. Up among the stars we'll find the harmony of life to a lovely tune, east of the sun and west of the moon, dear, east of the sun and west of the moon. Do-ba-da, west of that western moon, we'll build a dream house of love, dear. Up among the stars we'll find the harmony of life to a lovely tune, east of the sun and west of the moon, dear, east of the sun and west, east of the sun.
Hi, thank you. I hope you're all enjoying this. I think it's fun for me, especially. I'm looking forward to finishing singing so I can meet some of these wonderful people who will be my neighbors probably for the next little while. The next song that we're going to be doing is sung by Andrew Winston, and it's The Long and Winding Road.
The long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear. I've seen that road before. It always leads me here. Lead me to your door. The wild and windy night that the rain washed away
and actually not so much about the Tiger Tones, but why tomorrow and the rest of our tour is going to be a little bit more sad than the previous 2.5 weeks has been. First of all, Adam Cohen, our financial manager, is flying home because he has to start work on Monday. Second of all, Rusty Gaylord is staying at home. We unfortunately are going to be missing him very much. And the other thing I'd like to say is that I'm a senior having graduated, as is Andrew and Peter, and we have been in the group, I guess, for a combined total of 11 years, and we've been on tour for perhaps almost a year and a half away from Princeton in our last, 3.5, 4 years in the group. And it is just because of the tour, the people like Mrs. Gaylord and Mr. Gaylord, who are just the most wonderful hosts in the world, that being with the Tiger Tones is so wonderful, and I'd like to thank them very much. I had my hands in organizing this tour, and I spent more than just a pretty penny on the phone, using the phone, and Mr. Gaylord sent a fax for me on Tuesday from the office, and it's just been the most wonderful thing. It's helped. Having us all up on the 3rd floor is just, it's great for them and it's great for us. So,
do I get a chance to respond to all this? Should I wait or should I do it now?
It's your choice. Go right ahead.
I just want to say that it's been so much fun for me to have these guys here. I've done a lot of entertaining in my life, and I think I do it well. I have to tell you, I have never been out of control until this time. It's unreal. Beautiful guys were out there standing on the muddy mole holes in the yard, and now they're all in the house. Who knows what the carpet will look like. It's fun for me because I've gotten to know them individually, and it's been so neat to watch them singing here because they're different from what they are when you talk about. And I have to say that I hope if we are still here in 2 years, and they are touring again in 2 years. I can't believe I'm saying this. I hope they'll come back and we can have another party and you all can come again.
Seriously though, thank you very, very much. This has just been super for us. This next song, which will be the last song, is an old Jackson 5 number, and it features a side of the Tiger Tones that you haven't seen yet. Some of them are comedians, some of them are athletes, some of them are scholars. But believe it or not, we all do some amateur dancing on the side, and this next song shows it. So it's this song is from the 70s. It's called "Stop the Love You Save."
Johnny, tell me when I'm in your way. Tell me when I'm in your way.
Stop, do up, you better stop, do up, you better stop, oh, you better stop.
When we played tag in grade school, you wanted to be it, but chasing boys was just too hard. You crossed your heart, you'd quit it. When we grew up, you traded your promise for my ring. Now just like back in grade school, you're doing the same old thing. Stop the love you save may be your own. Darling, take it slow, or someday you'll be all alone. You better stop the love you save may be your own. Darling, look both ways before you cross me. You're headed for the danger zone. I'm the one who loves you. I'm the one you need.
Those boys will put you down, and soon they may succeed.
They'll ruin your reputation. They'll label you a flirt.
If they talk about you, they'll turn your name to dirt.
Oh, Isaac said he kissed you beneath the apple tree. When Franklin held your hand, he felt electricity. When Alexander called you, he said he rang your chime. Oh, and Christopher discovered you're way ahead of your time. S is for save me, T is for take it slow, O is for oh no, stop. P is for please, please don't go. Love you save me, someday you may be old. You stop it, girl. You better stop. The love you save may be your own. Darling, look both ways before you cross me. You're headed for the danger zone.
better stop. The love you say may be your own. Darling, take it slow, or someday you'll be all alone. You better stop. The love you say may be your own. Darling, look both ways before you cross me. Headed for the danger. Stop.
Tiger Tones, thanks very much.
The windows are illuminated by the evening. Sunshine through them, fiery gems for you. Only for you. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And all right, the fall while you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today.
Thanks again.
Every time she heard ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, every word went right into her heart. And when she heard them singing ram-a-lam-a-lam-a-lam-a-lam-a-ding-dong, she said we'd never have to part. Give-me-do-be-scoo-doo, put the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, who put the ram-a-lam-a-lam-a-ding-dong, who put the ba-ba-ba, she-ba, she-ba, who put the dip and the dip-dip-dip-dip. Who was that? Well, I'd like to shake his hand. He made my baby fall in love with me. Yeah, each night when we're alone, boogie, 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 shoo! Sets my baby's heart all aglow. And every time we dance to a dip, 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 she always said she loved me so. Whoa, whoa, give it to me, scooter, boom, the bop, the bop, the bop, the bop, boom, the ram, ding dong, boom, the bop, the bop, she bop, boom, the dip, 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 dip. Oh, well, I'd like to shake his hand. He made my baby fall in love with me. Oh, my darling, a bump, 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 bump. And my sugar, a ramble, 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 ding dong. And you know when I say to you, a dip, 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 then I mean it. From the very bottom, mind boogity, 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 shoot. Bop, 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 ramble, ramble, ding dong, dip, 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 boogie, boogie, yeah, bop.
This is the song that they have to sing to get into the Tiger Tones. And this is all freshman boogie except for Ralph.
Yes, Rico in there as well.
Yeah, he doesn't listen.
Is there any first time?
Get Swig.
Swiggy and Rico.
Come on, come in.
Swiggy, right?
Go, Rico.
Rico's way.
Social the boots.
Social blues. Social blues. We should have next year. I think Eddie.
The orange moon now softly shines through sable lace of stately trees, and Nassau Hall is bright with pines of ivy whispering in the breeze. The ivy whispers to the moon of olden days when age was youth, and life ran smoothly as a tune that sang of friendships lasting true. They gathered 'neath the Nassau moon, discovered near the golden spring that gives the fabled fountains bloom, eternal youth that memories bring. Old friendships forged anew tonight are young, defying age's law. Our voices and our hearts unite, to sing in praise of old Nassau.
It's always in a quartet.
We do.
And can you hear each part as they sing together, and you know whether they pass or not pass because of that?
Yeah. What we do is they try it once, and then we bring everyone we call back, usually around 10 or 8 or 10 people, back for 2 hours, and they learn the song in the first half hour, and then they just go into the quartets with 3 other people who are already in the group. And then maybe by the end of the night we'll have people who are trying out do it together. But, yeah, you can hear, because you're listening just to one person who's trying out the entire reel. You ignore the other 3, and everyone here knows pretty much every part, just from listening to it.
Yes.
Do you guys know Dartmouth's in town again?
Did you guys have the sign right?
The problem is we don't have the Dartmouth section of the song.
They are unrelenting.
If you bring the Dartmouth enough,
I remember I was second.
We're mostly on the couch.
Never
arrangement in our repertoire. It was arranged, I think, back in sometime in the early 50s, and it's what they did. It started out as a serious medley of alma maters and fight songs from other universities, and they did this straight version of it where they segued to each one, and when they went to visit the other colleges, this is something you didn't know spit on my shoe, did you? Yeah. And they really used to do this as a tribute and in honor of the other schools, and it was a great thing, and it became sort of world famous, I guess. Anyway, along the years, sort of gradually more sort of comic additions were added. So it now has reached a point where, whereas the schools that are honored here consider these songs tributes to their schools, we actually don't. So this is the world famous Princeton Tiger Tones College Medley.
Oh Lord,
Oh Lord, Jeffrey Amherst was a soldier of the king, and he came from across the sea. To the Frenchmen and the Indians, he didn't do a thing in the wilds of this wild country. In the wilds of this wild country. around for more when he was through. Oh, Amherst, brave Amherst, 'twas a name known to fame in days of yore. May it ever be glorious, till the sun shall climb the heavens no more. In freshman year we came to, yes, roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. Applied to Princeton, but we failed. Roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. Eli, 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 El. Roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. Eli, 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 El. Roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. In junior year we played our parts. Roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. At winning love and breaking hearts. Tim, hi, let me see. Eli, 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 El. Roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. Eli, 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 El. Roly, roly, roll, roll, roll. The saddest tale we have to tell. Holy, roly, roll, roll, roll. But we have to bid all of Yale farewell. Holy, roly, roll, roll, roll. Eli, 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 Yale. Holy, roly, roll, roll, roll. Eli, 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 Yale. Holy, roly, roll, roll, roll. Far above Cayuga's waters, there's an awful smell. Some say it's Cayuga's waters, some say it's Cornell. Lyric chorus, speed it onward, louder praises. Hail to thee, our alma mater, hail, our old Cornell. With crimson and triumph flashing, in the strains of victory, and when Eli's ups were dashing into blue obscurity, resistance to team suits go well, is the fury of the blast. We'll fight for the name of Hamlet until the last white line is passed. Thanks very much. And then we'll crash through that line of blue and send the backs on round the end. Fight, fight for every yard. Princeton's honor to defend. Rah, 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 rah. Tigers to Spuma and locomotives by the score. For a fight with a vim that is dead sure to win for old Nassau. For old Nassau. Feature. Senor. You can play the game and you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. So tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing voodoo? Now one thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Whoa, father and mother, sister and brother. If it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Now you can run, but you cannot hide.
you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the sweet relief. Oh, when it's getting the breeze, and to shower the people you love with love, show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Do as I say now, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. They say you should every line. They say some rain was wrong, just like the pouring rain. Make it rain. Show them the way that you feel. Make it rain. Love, 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 sunshine that you feel. Make it rain. Love, 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 sunshine that you feel. Yes. Now everybody, everybody, show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show